Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and I thought I'd bring you along and prep with me for Thanksgiving. So I cook our Thanksgiving meal every year. I'm pretty organized with it. I got it kind of down pat, but I do take Wednesday off from work and get everything ready and kind of pre-done so that way on Thursday we have dinner at 2. And that way I'm not cooking so much in the morning that I'm tired and I don't want to eat, or I got so much to clean up. I want to enjoy my time with my family also, right? It's only fair. So that's what I've done for years and it works for me. So I thought I'd bring you along just so you could kind of see, I don't know, you know how like every year you want to do a new recipe or do something like that. So this is vaguely, it's the night before, it's Tuesday. So I'm gonna see, I think I'm gonna do broccoli cheddar casserole as my new recipe. Not that it's new, but it's new to Thanksgiving. So I have something a little different because we do have some diabetics in our family. I'm not one of them. I just eat low carb. Sorry, cats are doing something. And so, but not everything is low carb in this thing. It's our day to indulge, whatever, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the things. And some of this might not even get done. But anyway, give yourself grace, right? It's the holidays. So right here, I put down, I don't really do a lot of appetizers. I will do deviled eggs, just like 6 of them, so it gives you 12, you know what I mean? I thought about doing like, for appetizer, I want to do a salami kind of roll-up thing, but I haven't decided. I might not even do that. I don't know. I just put it down there because I know I was thinking about it. And I do have the salami for it, but I also could use it for our Christmas party in a few weeks, so I'm not in a rush to do that. The turkey, and then I put next to each one, like, what appliance or what I need, where it's going to be cooking. So the turkey I put in our roaster on Wednesday. So let me tell you that. One of the biggest things that I had an issue with when I was first starting to do Thanksgiving and host it and stuff like that is it always made me nervous to cut the turkey in front of people. So sometimes I'd have my brother-in-law do it or whatever, you know. But first of all, they're big, they're heavy, I'm short. So the counters, you know, it's like hard to pull it out. I have the tongs, I have everything for it. But it was just like trying to pull it out, put it on the platter, then carving it just right and thinking it's got to be perfect. And it does not have to be perfect, people. It does not. Who cares? You're with your family, your friends. If you're having a Friendsgiving, they just want the food, right? So anyway, I've learned that over the years. But I do, now that, I guess it's because our aunt always did it kind of this way. My mom, I think, kind of did it this way. So the secret for our family, or for us to do it, is like when I get it done, or get it done early before people come over, you slice it, get it all cut up and everything, and then you put it in like it'll be in the roaster or it'll be in the crock pot warm with a little bit of broth or something over it, you know, to keep it moist and everything else. So it's already done. It's already cut. Or you can cut it, get it all ready before people start coming in, and then put tin foil over the platter, and then put towels over it. It works. It's an old way of keeping things warm, and it works, people. Those people knew what they were doing in the 40s and 50s. So I do that a lot of times. If I just want it on the platter to look nice, or if I want to keep it in the crock pot, a warmed up crock pot, and I'll put it in there to keep it warm, and then I'll slice up my ham and put the ham on the other side of it. So that way it's all in there. They can just grab it out, or I'll do a ham by itself, you know, and keep it separate. Either way, it's staying warm and it's ready for when your guests come in and arrive. So that being said, back to my menu. So the turkey's going to go in the roaster, and then I'll get that cleaned up and put away, but it'll be sliced and ready to go, and then I just got to reheat it kind of in the crock pot the next day. The ham I will not touch tomorrow. Well, you know what, I might. Anyway, it goes in the crock pot. The easiest way to make a ham, and of course we don't do brown sugar glazes, we don't do glazes on them, okay, at all. I like ham the way it is. I don't want sweet meat, so I like my meat savory. So anyway, so I just do the ham in the crock pot. No water. There's plenty of water in ham. and let it go for hours, and then it's done, and it's easy and pulls apart and slices up so easily. It's amazing. Nothing. It's the easiest thing. People just need to do it. Gravy, that was another thing. Gravy used to stress me out because it's like one of those things you kind of make at the end. You got to have the broth out of the turkey, right? All that stuff. So when I was doing it the day of, and I do all the cooking. I don't ask anyone. This is my gift to them. I will do all the cooking. I want them to relax and have a good time. That's my gift to my family. So, but then when I'm there and I'm like, okay, well, now I got to get the juices out of the turkey, and then you got to put it with the stuff, and you got to make it on the stovetop, and whatever, and blah, 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 blah. Right? Don't stress out about it. Don't worry about it. Screw it. So what I do now, I either do the little package. I know this is weird because I'm a person that cooks a lot from scratch, right? But anyway, I'll either do the little envelope package, or I start with a jar of already turkey gravy. Then I add broth to it. I add seasonings to it to make it mine, to thin it out so it's not so thick, to make it my own homemade version, semi-homemade version of it. I don't stress about it anymore. It works great. Everyone loves it. And I put it in a little tiny, I don't do a gravy boat thing. I put it in a little tiny crock that keeps it warm. So the gravy is always warm for them. So, a little tidbit there. But also remember, I have a lot of crock pots. I'm sure there's someone going to be on here and be like, I don't have 11 crock pots, Rachel. But anyway, sorry about that. Maybe ask Santa for some. Just saying. Okay. All right. Then, corn just for, oh, wait, I skipped all this. Potatoes. Okay, so these are mashed potatoes. I know you're going to kill me, but you know what? When you're doing the whole meal yourself, you're going to take some shortcuts. You don't have to have everything totally homemade. When it's just you doing it all, give yourself grace. It doesn't matter. They just want to eat. So, and a lot of my family is like me, so obviously we like boxed potatoes. And yes, I said it, boxed potatoes. Now, sometimes I will, and I may tomorrow take a few regular potatoes that I have, cook them up, mash them up, and add them to the boxed potatoes. But it's just boxed potatoes. So anyway, so that's on the stove. The gravy's on the stove. Ham is in the crock pot. Roaster turkey. Corn, it's just canned corn or frozen corn, whatever I have. I don't even do anything with it until the day of. It just goes in one of the little small crock pots and heats up with butter and pepper and stuff. Green bean casserole. This is my green bean casserole that I do. It's low carb. It's made with mayo and heavy cream. And I just do it right in the crock pot. It's got fresh onions in it, stuff like that. And I will tell you, everyone loves this. But I also make it every year for our work Thanksgiving dinner, so only a few people are kind of like selected to bring in sides, right? The ones that are good at cooking. and then 2 of the managers cook like 4 turkeys for all of us, and then we bring in the sides. Some will bring in pies, stuff like that. So my green bean casserole is requested, and a lot of people love it. So this is going to be the broccoli cheddar casserole. It's going to go in a crock pot. And basically kind of the same a little bit, you know, as the green bean casserole, but with broccoli. And I thought I'll give it a try. I've made it before, but I just haven't made it for Thanksgiving. So, BA potatoes or Betty Ann potatoes, those always have to go in the oven only because we have to have the crusty outside, and my husband will be upset if they're not crusty on the outside. But these are cheesy or party potatoes, funeral potatoes, wedding potatoes, you know, they have several names. So anyway, that's what those are. And we call them Betty Ann potatoes because it was our Aunt Betty Ann made them every year for when we'd go down for Christmas. And then her kids took it over and stuff like that. And I loved the recipe, and she hand wrote it for me, gave it to me. And actually, I'll show you right here. It's right here in my little book. This is her handwriting. And I will never, ever, ever get rid of this. I love it. So, and you can tell it's been loved. Look at the stains on it. Rolls, they're just the crescent rolls, so those will be done the day of. And just, you know, regular Pillsbury crescent rolls. Stuffing, okay, here's another one. You're going to laugh at me. Okay, so I've made homemade stuffing. I've made great homemade stuffing. But when it comes down to it, and when you're doing a whole list, and you're doing it by yourself, and it's just your thing, you don't have to do everything from scratch. You can if you want to, but that's the pressure you're putting on yourself, okay? No one's expecting that of you. So I don't, and we all love stovetop stuffing, so that's what I do. So that's how I make it, and we're all happy with it, and oh, it makes the best sandwiches later, like a stovetop stuffing sandwich the next day. So good. I know it's not low carb. I eat just very little of it, and then it's done, and I try to give it away at the end of dinner and make them take it home. All right, so that's on the stove, so obviously that's easy. Cranberry sauce, I make my own homemade cranberry sauce, which is so easy. It's like 3 things and that's it, and it's done in like 10 minutes. So here's the part, eating. And so I'll do that tomorrow. Pumpkin pie, I do that in the oven, so that's why it's got the OV next to it. So I'll make the homemade pumpkin pie tomorrow. I do not make my own crust. Screw it. I'm not into making my own crust. I've done it before. I don't need to prove myself. I'm good. I just buy the rolled out crust. Banana cream pie is my husband's favorite. It's pretty much like a pudding banana cream pie, you know, one of those with the graham cracker crust. He loves it. A lot of them love it. So I make one of those, so I will get that ready tomorrow. I'm doing a chocolate pie, which is probably going to be very similar to, like, it's going to be the chocolate pudding in a chocolate Oreo crust. I like the easy pies because we don't have a lot of pie people. And by the time they're done eating, they're so stuffed they don't eat a lot of desserts. Now, my brother-in-law will bring no-bake cookies. He makes them amazingly. He's the best no-bake baker ever. So anyways, but I just haven't decided what version of the chocolate pie I want to do yet. So yeah, that's my list. We can get most of this done tomorrow and kicked out, all the big heavy stuff. Get the kitchen all back cleaned. Get the table set. All the basic things. I will also tell you a little tidbit of how I keep things organized. This is my little binder I got from, I think, the dollar store years ago. Years. Like, it's got to be 20 years old, 15 years old. And so it's a picture album. See how it's just for your pictures? And then I keep kind of notes in here of things I've done in the past. There's my basic list of crock pot, oven, whatever. Things I've tried in the past, things I may want to try again. Appetizers. I used to make a confetti dip. Oh, I could make that. That is so good. So different things, like for how many people I've had in the past. So I know approximately what I need, like what size of turkey, what size of ham, stuff like that. These are different recipes I've tried in here that I like. Sometimes I bring them back out, sometimes I don't. You know, like a triple treat tort and the new fashion pumpkin pie. And this is the creamy banana cream pie that I make for my husband. I've done Jell-O a few times. These are like little miscellaneous. Look at these. Look at these recipes. You know it's a good recipe. That's the Betty Ann one. And it's got to go back in here because I don't want it lost ever. Even though I know it kind of by heart, but then I panic. So, you know, and a couple of pie from the Keebler crusts, you know, that you keep. Just different things. I've done some for Christmas. These are my mom's, whoops, sorry about that. These are my mom's sugar cookie recipe. So I do that. Different things for, like, if different cookies I've tried. Things that I really like that if I need to go to for the holidays. This is really just my holiday book. Well, that is it. For Taste of Home, you know, I love me some Taste of Home. But for St. Patty's Day, Blarney Stones, best recipe ever for St. Patty's Day. Different things like that. So it's not full. There's, you know, some things for Easter in here that I do. Just, you know, I mean, I keep it all in here. It's easy. It's easy. It's all here. I've done this apple. What was this? Oh, yeah, the overnight breakfast bacon. You put a canned apple in it. So good. Different things like that. So that's how I keep myself organized. This is like my little Christmas Bible thing or holiday Bible thing, and I get it out and I go over my list and then I start checking it off. Now I will also go through here and say what time I want things done on the day of. Not tomorrow necessarily when it's Wednesday and I'm working on all this. But on Thursday for Thanksgiving, I will put the times down of what time they have to go in the crock pots to start warmed up, what time I have to start certain things, and that way I can keep on track and just keep on going. And I can get ready in between those things. The house will be the house is already clean. Always start with a clean house. The house is clean. It's clean. Sitting on my iPad because it's warm. The house is clean. We're good. Now I will show you this. This is my turkey. It's pretty much thawed now, I think. So that's pretty much ready to go. And this is my ham that I'm thawing out. But by tomorrow, it'll be thawed. So, and we'll be ready for that. I made a quick dinner tonight of just like cauliflower rice, burger, canned tomatoes, some tomato sauce, some seasonings, kind of like a Spanish ricey type mix. I did that so that way I have that for dinner tonight, and if need be, we can eat it for dinner tomorrow night after I'm done doing all the cooking and prep tomorrow. So I don't have to worry about it. We don't need to go out to eat and spend money, but if I'm too tired and I don't feel like making a meal tomorrow night or dinner, there's plenty there. We'll be fine. So, all right, so hopefully you stick around with me and we'll see what I can get done and prep tomorrow and hopefully inspire you and help you organize your Thanksgiving or any holiday meal. Cheers. We're going to add the turkey in the roaster. Just a little bit here. And wash my hands. Alright, so I'm going to fill the plunger, the injector. Get this open. Is this going to run out? No, we'll do it over this. Yeah, kind of does run out. That's stupid. Okay, we're just going to inject it kind of like on an angle all over the place. And it's okay if it still squirts out of the holes. It's fine. Whoa, blow out. Sorry, the ice maker's right behind you. Right, let me put some more in. Okay, you guys, so this is the first time using one of these, and I didn't know that you don't pour it in the top. You put it in, like your measuring amount, put it in a bowl or a measuring cup, whatever. Then you put the plunge back in and you suck it up, and then the suction will hold it in. Ta-da! And then it doesn't run out. Who knew? Okay, back to our regular program over here. And you want to make sure you get your legs too. You can barely see over here. This smells so good. I'm kind of excited about this. I usually put butter all over the top. I put butter under the skin, so this is about the same, right? And some herbs. This is a little less messy. I'm going to suck up some more. Maybe. Get my legs. Just want them yummy. I'm going to finish this up. Alright, so, and I'm just going to take the rest and pour it over top. Why not, right? So anyway, so I did it all around the sides, the breasts, several injections in the breast, kind of doing it at an angle. I know it's not a very good visual, I'm sorry. And then down on the bottoms and in the legs, of course. So, all right. I'm going to add some parsley on top. A little bit of the smoked paprika. Make it all pretty. So right now I'm going to make, I have the better than bouillon chicken stuff here, and I have 2 cups of hot water. Just going to put a little bit of that in there. I'm going to do a little bit of broth. This is the roasted chicken. If you have the granules, use that. If you have boxed, canned broth already done or stock, use that. Hell, even if you don't have chicken, if you have beef or vegetable, works just fine. I've mixed my beef and chicken before with things, like a beef roast with chicken broth is really good. Or of course if you have turkey stock. We're just going to kind of pour around it in there. It's dissolved. Now some people put carrots and onions and all that stuff. I don't, only because we're doing all other different sides, you know, so I don't need any of that. I just don't do it. I've never really done it. So anyway, I'm going to get this cooking. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing mine in my roaster. I'm going to put it at 400 for about 30 minutes and then lower it back down to like 325 and let it cook. All right, we're going to do my eggs in the egg cooker. Get those going. If you don't have one of these, you should buy one. They are awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to get ready with my green bean casserole in the crock pot just so it's ready for tomorrow. I will say I have some of these that are from the Big 10 can that I'm going to use up in here. Oops, let me get the juice out of it. Okay, I'm going to throw those in. You don't want to waste them. Then I'm going to do, I like to do a can of waxed beans in there because it gives just a little different color. Okay, so let's get those in. Drain the water out of them. So on an average, it's usually about 4 to 5 cans is what I use in here. All right, so then some Worcestershire, and sorry, I don't measure, going in. Some chicken bouillon, the sprinkles really add some really good flavor to it. Depth, that's really good. Some pepper. Just refill my pepper. Heavy cream. Mayo. So what this is doing is mimicking like cream of mushroom or cream of chicken soup, whatever you want. I'm going to put some onion powder in. Now I will chop up an onion and a little bit of celery and cook that up and put these in here, but I haven't done that yet. This is garlic powder. I might add one more can green beans. think I will. So, okay, let me get one more can of green beans, and then I'm going to saute up some onions and celery to put in here, and then we add cheese to it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. All right, so this is all diced up, and I'm going to put some butter in the pan and saute it down a little bit. All right, I'm going to throw in, I normally don't do this, but I'm going to do this time, some bacon bits. Not a lot, just a little. Get that all mixed up in there. I think that will be amazing. Oh my God, Biscuits is running around like a little maniac. All right, look at that turkey. So I'm not all about putting it on a platter in whole form. So I just kind of put some of the butter around it, over top of it again, and it is falling apart. And that's how I want it. You take it up to 165, that's how I want it. And now I'm gonna let it rest for a while, turn it off, and then I can slice it up and have it ready for tomorrow. It'll go in a crock pot tomorrow with more of the juice and the butter over top of it. And it'll warm back up and it'll be amazing. It'll steam back up. Okay, so now I'm gonna put these in here, and then we're just gonna add cheese, mix it up, and then it can go, either you can put it in your refrigerator, the crock itself. I just have it in the holder still, but obviously you don't need it in that. Or if it's cold enough outside, I use my garage. I've used it every year for the holidays when it comes to Thanksgiving or things I'm doing for Christmas to take to people's houses. And it is going to be 40 degrees today, I think, here in Michigan. So, and I Googled how cold a refrigerator is, and it's like on an average like 37 to 41 or 42 or something. So it's perfect because my garage is even colder than obviously outside. You know how the cement and everything, it keeps it cooler in there. So no worries for me. That's where it's going to go. It's going to sit on a cement step and stay cool the whole time. Let me get cheese. Okay, so kind of use what you have. I wouldn't suggest too much mozzarella. I need more than that. Because the mozzarella, so that was mild cheddar. I'm just using off the bag. This is Colby Jack. You can use sharp cheddar. I only have one bag of sharp cheddar left right now, and I need it for my cheesy potatoes, so I want to do that. But you know how mozzarella can get stringy and stuff, and you don't really want that. And then it's even more heavy of a casserole when you do it that way. I have more cheese in my garage. I just gotta get it out in the freezer. Okay. That is it. Now, obviously this is made to be low carb. You can obviously put the little onion things on top if you want. I don't do that. That's why I do the onion flavor and the onion inside it. I do need the chicken bouillon adds saltiness to it, but I do want to add some more salt. And of course, I'm out of my Morton's coarse rock salt, and it is like not in our stores right now. I don't know. Are you guys having the same problem? You go on Amazon, it's like $27. That's ridiculous. It should be like $4. So, I don't know. I might try like a dollar place, like a Family Dollar or something like that. They may have it there. So all I got is the fine, which I hate cooking with. I don't mind adding it to like something afterwards, but I hate cooking with it. All right, I think that will be good. And that dish is down. All right, so I have the turkey checked off in the ham because the ham will be done in a couple hours, and then I can slice all that stuff up and put it together. The green bean casserole is done. I think I'll do the broccoli cheddar casserole next. The Betty Ann potatoes, I do need to get the potatoes out of the freezer because I find it way easier to work with them when they sit out for a little bit, because I used to try it with them still frozen and it was difficult to stir. And then I gotta do the pie. So I'm gonna do probably the pumpkin pie here shortly also and get those going. The main things that had to be made, and the banana cream pie. I got the Cool Whip. That's always my biggest thing. I always forget to get the Cool Whip out in time for it to thaw, but it's out and it's thawing. So, okay, real quick, we're gonna do the cranberry sauce. So I'm gonna do, it's 1 cup of water or juice, whatever you want to use, 1 cup of sweetener or sugar, whatever you want to use, and a bag of cranberries. So I am going to use the Kroger Zero Sugar cranberry juice to give it extra flavor. So that'll go in. And we're going to do 1 cup of stevia. I am also going to put in some fresh ground nutmeg. And then get that to a boil to let that dissolve before we put the cranberries in. Oh God, it smells so good. That fresh ground nutmeg smells amazing. Okay, so this is come to a boil. It only takes a couple minutes. I'm going to add in the cranberries. If you have a hard time getting these when you do get them, put some in the freezer and just keep them in there. So you can use fresh or frozen. And if you need the recipe, it's on the back of the bag. So, any cranberry bag. So we're going to stir these in, reduce it to like a medium, and then they'll start to pop here shortly. Warning, it may get messy around the stove. Then once it get all kind of mushed down, we'll stir it up, put it in a bowl, put it in the fridge, and let it set, and it'll start to gel up, and easy peasy. Easy peasy. So, let that get going. Okay, so in here, I'm just using frozen broccoli, and I steamed them. I did 2 bags. There's the other bags, all the way over there. I steamed them in the microwave real quick. Not all the way, because we don't want mush. But, and then I softened some cream cheese, a little over, I had an open one, so it only had 2 ounces of it, so about 6 ounces. Then microwave. I'm going to throw that in. And I have some, hold on. All right, back to what I was saying. So these are, during the summer I had bell peppers, the sweet peppers. They're all chopped up, pre-diced, put in the freezer. So I'm going to add some of those, but I'm going to let them thaw out a little bit here on this plate. Oh, maybe I'll put them in this microwave. I don't want a lot, but I thought a nice little added touch and good way to use some of them up, right? So we're going to add about half a cup. And then this can go right back in the freezer for the next time I need it. So, see? It's great to freeze your veggies or do things like that so you can use them up. I'm going to put a little bit of, if I can get this off here, a little bit of garlic in here. I'll just use my knife. Okay, just do what you gotta do. Pepper. And some cheese. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, we wanna get this all mixed together. Okay, so for right now, this is done. I'm gonna get this off the stove. It goes for about 10 minutes. You can see how they've all smooshed, popped, and all that good stuff. So, I'm going to get that in there, let it cool for a little bit more, and then I can put it in the fridge, and that is done. Alright, so I'm going to mix this up, add in, I just microwave these up a little bit, because they're going to cook in the crock pot when it gets going tomorrow. I did add salt. And I'm just doing, obviously you could do 4 bags, I'm just doing a small batch to go with the other veggies and sides that we have. Trying to mix it in there. It's kind of pretty. You can add the bacon bits to this also if you want to, but I'm not going to because I already added it into the green bean casserole. So. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that and call that good. Alright. So I wanted to show you that I cut up the turkey. Got it all cut up in 2 different disposable pans. I can just throw these in the oven tomorrow with tinfoil on them and start to get them warmed up if I want to, if I run out of time, or just start them in the crock pot. I also saved a lot of the broth juice to use tomorrow for part of the gravy and also to put back on the turkey so it moistens it up. So I'm just using an old cottage cheese container, but do what you gotta do. And I'm going to be saving the carcass that's in here. I got to break it down more, put it in this bag, and I will be making broth with that to can later on, not right now. Next up, I'm going to make the banana cream pie that I make every year. You can tell all the, every good recipe, like I said, has something all over it. It's from Taste of Home. But, so I got the cream cheese softening. It's out somewhere on this counter. Half a cup of stevia is what I use in there. I have my topping out thawed. I have the graham cracker crust ready. It's just a purchased one, like this. And bananas. So, oh yeah, and then it says vanilla pudding mix and your milk. So it's more like sugar-free opposed to low carb, okay? But I don't use vanilla pudding mix. If you have it, use it. I use banana cream, or like a banana pudding mix, the instant. That's what I use instead to give it even more of a banana taste. I do use the milk. I put bananas in it, and then right before we get ready to serve it, like about a half hour before we get ready to serve it and people want desserts, then I slice another banana and put it on top. So, yeah, so let's get started. We're just going to whip this all together and get it ready. It can go in the fridge and sit. Then I will start on the pumpkin pie. Okay, so I'm going to put a half a cup of stevia or whatever you want to put in there. There's my cream cheese. I softened it in the microwave a little bit. It was sitting out on the counter for a while, but I needed it to be a little more soft because you want it incorporated into here. I probably really don't even need to use the mixer, but screw it. It's what these little babies are for, to make your life easier during the holidays, right? Okay, that's whipped together good. All right, so now we're going to fold in half of a container of the Cool Whip. So I'm not worried if there's a little bit of this on here because the rest of this is going to go on top of it. So I just go like this. And you just fold. Oh, too bad. That's on my finger. What a bummer. Fold it in there. Get it all incorporated. I think that's good. Okay. Now, I love Cool Whip. It's the best thing ever. Take our little crust. See this top? I already licked it. This is what I do. That's my top. Okay, we're going to spread this down in here. Get it all out of there. Spread it around in there. It goes in the fridge, so it'll set back up. Don't worry. because the cream cheese was a little warm still. So. Okay, so now we're gonna put a banana on here. I usually try to just, and no one's gonna see it, right? No one's gonna see it. It doesn't matter. So, do whatever you want. I try to do them thinner. Make it all the way around. It's usually about 2 bananas is what I use. So like this will be here. If you only have one, you only have one. It's fine. Don't stress. This way they got a little bit of banana every bite. If you don't have a banana, don't worry about it. If you have the banana pudding and don't have a banana, you're gonna be fine. No one's probably really even gonna notice. But smoosh it in here. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna make up the milk and the banana cream pudding mix. So it's just a small box. It's the 4 serving one. That's what we're gonna be using. You're gonna want 1 1/3 cup of milk. I just use my bigger measuring cup, so I'm not wasting bowls or anything else. God knows you have enough stuff going on, right? And then I can mix this right in there. And remember to clean as you go. I've been putting stuff in the garbage, rinsing off some bigger pans, stuff like that, because you don't want a disaster. You've been working all day in the kitchen. It's not fair to you. So I got a few things put in the dishwasher still. I will have to wash the roaster tonight, but that's no big deal. Yeah, so there's been a few pans I've already washed, put away. I put the, if I, like this, right after I'm done with this, I'll clear off the counter, throw that stuff away. And we're just gonna mix this for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna pour over the bananas. I usually let it set for a minute or 2, and then I'll put the rest of the Cool Whip on it. I can put the clear cover back on, and it goes in the fridge. I don't put a remaining, like I said, you don't have to put remaining bananas on top later. But I do that tomorrow, before we're do it on Turkey Day itself. All right, let me rinse off this. Okay, so now I told you I like easy desserts, but this is a tried and true, like, they kind of fight over it. My husband has to have it. I tried to get his reaction earlier, but I missed it on camera, and I said, okay, he was leaving to go get some stuff done. And I said, all right, I'm going to start the pies. He's like, pie? Banana cream pie? I'm like, yes, the banana cream pie. So he will be excited. The problem is with desserts is you're so full after eating, right? Gosh, you want them, but you just can't fit them in. And then it's like, as the person that does the cooking or the baking and all that, then you feel like, did I make too much? Do I always make too much? Kind of spread it around. Get it off the edges there. And then we're just gonna let it set for a minute, and then I'm gonna put the rest of the Cool Whip on. All right, so let's get the rest of the Cool Whip on here. Now it's a little tricky sometimes. That's why you want to let it sit maybe for a minute or 2. Otherwise you're gonna be pulling up the banana pudding while you're doing it. And keep these fancy containers. Wash them out, and so when people need leftovers and want to take them with them, you use these, and it doesn't matter if they ever come back, right? I do it every year. It's great. High class right there. Okay, there we go. Then it'll go back in the fridge. And tomorrow I'll just slice up another banana and top it around the top so they know what kind of pie it is. Although they all know what kind of pie it is. But put this on there. I don't do it all the way around, I just do it in a few spots. Just enough. And there, it's gonna go in the fridge. Okay, so I have my pie crust here. Or pie crust, my pie plate here. It's a 9-inch. These are the pie crust, you know, that you get like this. You can even use the one that already, if you don't have a pie plate and you want to get the ones that's already pre-done out like this, you obviously can make your own. Not doing that. So, I never know if I'm supposed to, let this sit out of the fridge for a little bit. It's probably been sitting out too long now. I'm going to roll it just a tad because I got to get this. This is a deeper pie plate. I have a couple others, but I'm going to use this one. Now, if you weren't using a deep dish, you don't have to do this. Trust me. But, uh-oh, don't tear. Don't tear. Okay, so now a little trick I do is, because normally my nails are much longer than this, I had to cut on my broke one the other day, but either way, nails like this can still tear in here, and trust me, I've done it several times. So I use this little guy, or anything. You could use the bottom of a glass. Okay, well this isn't even now, is it? Pull this just a little bit. Yeah, even the bottom of a glass will do, bottom of a jar. Now, I suck at pie crusts. I suck at doing this part. We're gonna give it our go. I guess you can tell it's homemade when it's not perfect looking, right? Oops, we don't want it to tear. And, truth be told, I could care less about crust. I like the filling. My husband loves crust. Otherwise, I'd probably be making a pumpkin something or another, but not a pumpkin pie. But I do like pumpkin pie, but I always like to eat the middle. Growing up, my sister and I'd eat the middle and she'd eat the crust. So, now crust will shrink. So, I mean, this is not pretty, and I really don't care, to be honest with you. It's good enough. It's going to shrink a little bit, because this is a deep pie thingy. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven for 350 for about 10 minutes, bring it back out. So I'm going to like pre-bake it, or blind bake it, or whatever they call it. I don't know. Anyway, and then we're going to make the filling and put it in, and then it goes back in the oven. So let's do this. Okay, so normally I have done, a lot of times I do the pumpkin pie recipe, the famous one on the back of the Libby's can. But it has evaporated milk. I thought I had evaporated milk, and instead I have 3 cans of sweetened condensed milk. So then I went on Pinterest and found that one, and so now we're doing it with sweetened condensed. It's pretty much the same. I am going to add 2 tablespoons of bourbon to this. I do like to spice it up a little bit. So right now we're going to get in 1 can. So I can wait to put that on. 1 can of pumpkin. not pumpkin pie filling. Although I guess you could do that, but it won't be for this recipe. You'd have to follow the recipe on that can. Pretty sure that's probably just got everything in it that you need besides like maybe eggs or something. I don't know. Never bought it. Obviously someone does because they have it out there and people always are like, don't use that. That's not what you want. But I think it's got all the sweeteners and stuff in it. Okay. Sweetened condensed milk. This is certainly not sugar-free. Can you tell? That's pretty. That's some good-looking, pretty stuff. Help it along here, get this all out. We need 3 large eggs. Ugh. Sticky mess. I kind of cracked this one earlier, so I want to make sure. God damn it, I knew it. I knew a shell was going to get in there. So I'm just doing this. There, got them out. No biggie. Accidentally cracked it in the fridge, like in the little container that holds my eggs, and it was cracked somehow. And I'm like, dang it. And so is this one. I don't know what happened. Rough batch. Let's see if we can get this one in there. Okay, that worked. All right, let me wash my hands. We'll get this going. So now I need vanilla, pumpkin pie spice, or if you don't have that, you can do obviously that cinnamon, nutmeg, all that good stuff, ginger, stuff like that. So about 1.5 tablespoons. Oh, good God, is it empty? I'm gonna get this out. This is the pumpkin spice, but I'll add my own. Yep, it's empty, all right. It's probably been 3 years. Found more. So you want, I mean, it's up to you. About 1.5 tablespoons. What you want in there. I am going to put a little fresh because I have it. A fresh nutmeg. You know I am loving this. And it smells so good. Just a little because when it's fresh, it goes a long way. But oh my God, the smell is amazing. All right, now we need our vanilla. I need to get more vanilla. Oh my Lord. You know, tablespoon, teaspoon, whatever you want. Let's do a little extra. And then my bourbon. We're not going to forget. Oh, salt. Let's do the salt right now while I'm thinking about it. Just a little bit of salt. Good. Now some bourbon. All right, 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to eyeball it. Not everyone in my family's a drinker, but it does kind of cook. It cooks away, so don't get scared by it, but it gives it a depth. So, oh, Jesus. I'll stick my hands off. All right. And we're waiting for the pie crust to come out. Then we're going to pour this in there. We'll let it cool just a little bit. And we'll go from there. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so at this point, we're going to pour the filling in, but we want to put the oven to 425. Oh, stop. Okay, so get it up to 425. We're going to bake it like for only 15 minutes at 425, and then we're going to reduce it to 325 for about another 30-40 minutes. So anyway, you can see how some of it is shrunk already. I could probably have done a better job at that. It is what it is. It'll probably, I hope it doesn't go above. You know, there's some things I like to be a little perfectionist on, and other things I just don't care. It's edible, it's yummy. I think it gives it character. We're gonna call this the rustic pie crust look. You know, I think that's in nowadays. And this is good. Oh no, I may make it this way all the time. That is so good. I know I probably shouldn't be eating it right, but I don't care. All right, so it's gonna go back in the oven. I am gonna cover the edges with, hold on. Okay, you can use tin foil. I have these things that cover the edges. Is that the right one? That's right, we'll do that one. My husband got these for me years ago when I first started doing Thanksgiving. So like, it's gotta be 15, 18 years ago. I did it for a couple of years, whatever, and I kept saying, I gotta put tin foil on the crust so they don't burn, whatever. Although this will probably stick out, but whatever. And so he got me these, but they're just from, it says Mrs. Anderson's, but I think they have them at any kitchen store. So I love them, and I thought it was so sweet that he thought of that. And yeah, I use them every time I make a pie, which is, you know, once or twice a year. Okay, I gotta get this in the oven. You're not gonna watch it. It's not gonna be pretty. Hold on. Okay, I just want to give you a glimpse. It's pretty clean in here. Like, I gotta wash the roaster still, but it's pretty clean. We're getting ready to do the Betty Ann potatoes now, but you just gotta keep up while you go, and then you're not stressed out when you're ready to go. So I got the pan out for the Betty Ann potatoes. The pie is in the oven. Okay, so I like the shredded hash brown style potatoes. I know some people like the country style, which are the cubes, but I feel like the cubes sometimes take a little longer to cook because they're thicker. And if you're not paying attention, sometimes they taste like potato-y dirt. You know how potatoes can taste like dirt sometimes? If they're not cooked all the way. So I've always done it this way. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I've ever done it the other way. I will tell you, I let it sit out for a little while, and now I'm breaking them up. Don't ever, ever, unless you have amazing arm strength, put them in here totally frozen, out of the freezer. Because if you do, you're amazing, in my book. So we're gonna throw this in there. See, now they break apart, and it's nice. It's perfect. It's great. Just great. All right, so I need sour cream. See, another container for people to use to take leftovers home. I'm telling you, this is what you gotta do, people. Then you don't lose your good Tupperware and stuff. Okay, hold on. Okay, so you need 1 pound of, I had to go downstairs and get the cream of chicken. I'm out of breath now. So anyway, 1 pound of sour cream, which is a whole 16-ounce container. I kind of dollop it around. Okay. 1 can of cream of chicken. Do whatever brand you want. You can get the ones that are low salt. You can get the herbed ones. I used to use the herbed ones, but this one's just from Aldi, but it's fine. I mean, you know, sometimes the good old-fashioned stuff that you want for holidays is not the fancy stuff. You want the down-home stuff that made you happy as a kid. You have every day of your life that you can eat the fancy stuff, right? But for the holidays, you want comfort. You want traditions. You want family and just things that remind you of your childhood, nostalgia. You know what I mean? Garlic powder, garlic powder. Some people put diced onion in. I just use onion powder. So this is onion powder. Just keeps it basic, right? Need salt and pepper. Hold on. I know this casserole's a little full. I think that this was hash browns from Aldi, and I don't think I've ever bought them from Aldi, so they may be just a hair more in the bag, I feel. be this full, but maybe not. All right, now we get to mix it up. But I have to reduce my pie. There she is. She's looking pretty good. I just took the little tin foil thing off, or the tin thing off. All right, starting to mix it up. Be careful. I like this dish because you can see it, and it goes, it's just glass, right? It's an antique, but it goes with everything. So it doesn't matter what your dishes are or what other stuff is going on, you know what I mean? That's why I love it. No, we're not gonna drop on the floor either. Now you need a stick of butter melted. So I think I put mine in the microwave, so I think it's done now. And on top, I always crush potato chips. So whether you have leftover potato chips, whatever, you don't need very much. So you could even get along with one of those little just snack bags. I did have some downstairs that were a party size bag that were left over. I sealed them up very well with a sealer that I have, and so I know they're still crunchy. I'm just going to use those. Just want to get all the, oh shit, forgot. Well, once we get this incorporated, we got to put the cheese in. That's why it's sitting here. I always do that. I get like so focused on this, and I'm like, oh, you know, kind of forgot the cheesy part of the cheesy potatoes. I just want to get this incorporated in. Pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit more salt. Now there's salt in the potato chips, obviously, so that's good. There's salt in this can, I'm sure, of cream of chicken. All right, now we're gonna mix in the cheese. If you wanna add more cheese, go for it. If you wanna use Colby cheese, I'm using sharp cheddar. I use the whole bag. If you wanna use less, go for it. See, now we gotta push down a little bit. So now, I remember the first time I ever made this, and I did not let the potatoes or the hash browns thaw just a tad. Oh my God, it was a mess. It was all over my counter. The things you learn, people. And that was before big internet, like Googling, stuff like that. Definitely before YouTube and all that. So it's like, or Pinterest or any of that. It's like, you know, you have to just live and learn. Or ask your elders. Ask the people that gave you the recipe. Oh, my hand's getting tired. See, it's already getting tired, and it's, I mean, they were thawed a little. All right. I think we're mixed in good with the cheese. Yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy. Get it all spread out. I want to know, and please leave a comment down below, what is your favorite side dish? May not even be any of these. I'm from Michigan. This is what a lot of people eat, are the same things in our area. In, what are we? Eastern time? Maybe on the West Coast it's different. Southern, obviously different. You probably have sweet potatoes, stuff like that. They do sweet potatoes around here, but we just don't eat them. I mean, I don't mind them, but most of my family probably won't eat it. So I'm not gonna worry about that. All right, this is the bag of chips that I've resealed with my sealer. Rip it open like a savage. And then I just crush them like this. So these are rigid, which I kind of prefer now over the other. Now, some people use corn flakes to give it a little sweeter hint. I don't know, corn, I don't know. I don't do that. I think our aunt has always used potato chips. She's used whatever. And back in the day, you used whatever you had on hand, right? And that's kind of how I follow suit. These were on hand. I prefer the saltiness of the chips. So that's why I don't even, and we don't have cereal in the house, so I'm going to just do this. This is what I like. And just the saltiness comes out with the butter and baking it. And see, you can see how crunchy they are still. Just a little bit more. So that's why I said, if you don't have them in the house, just go get one of the, what used to be, what, 50 cents a bag for those little tiny ones. Get it from a vending machine, whatever, so you don't have to have a whole bunch in the house if you don't want them. All right. Now, I'm gonna put the butter on. All right, so just melted this. We're just gonna pour this over top. Yum. Everything's better with butter, right? Get around the corners because it gets crusty in the oven. Now, if you were to go make this, it'd be $375 for about an hour. Sometimes I put it in the oven at 350 because I'm doing the rolls at the same time, and do it just for a little longer than an hour. Okay, another dish down. Okay, so there's the pie. That is all done. You can see it's not beautiful, but it'll do. It's just fine. It's nice and firm, and I can't wait to eat it because that batter was good. So now real quick, I am going to do the stuffing mix. I know, it's just from box. You don't really need to watch. I'm sure it's going to be painful to watch, but I'm just going to get this together and have it done. Put it in, I have one of those crock pots that has the 3 crock pots in it. So this is one of the things that's going to go in there. The box mashed potatoes, I'll do that also because this will take me no time at all, but at the same time, I don't want to have to be washing pans or putting pans away in the morning. So we eat at 2. And my husband and I like to enjoy the parade in the morning on TV, stuff like that, and take our time. So I want to do as much as I can today and barely have anything to do tomorrow and just get ready and look great. So I'm going to do these up real quick and put it in the crock pot, put it out in the garage. It's pretty cold outside, so it's working for me. I'm going to do the boxed potatoes real quick, check that off my list. And then, let's see, the gravy, I'll just do that in the morning. The corn is just opening corn and putting butter and seasoning in it, so I'm not doing that until in the morning. The rolls I don't do until right before people get here, so that'll take care of everything but the chocolate pie, which I'm going to do, but I forgot to get the second Cool Whip out, so I just got it out. So this is what I'm going to do, these things first, and then I'm going to do like a chocolate Oreo pie. So I got the Oreos forked. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're almost home free. I did want to show you these. I had more, I didn't have enough this time. I don't know what happens to them, but I tried to rewash them. But just, you know, if you want a little fancy touch, this is the plasticware. I don't know, I kind of like them. I like to use them for desserts, not for dinner. For dinner, we have regular plates. I have plates that are, I'll show you. I got to bring them up anyway because I got to rewash them, but they're in bins, but I like to, they're not my normal blue ones. They are more like, to me, they're my holiday ones. So they're generic. They go for any holiday. And they're just kind of like cream colored with, I think, silver or gold around the outside edge. And I use those for our dinner plates. And we use regular silverware, or I do have gold flatware that I use sometimes. And then for dessert, I have somewhere, over here, I just went to the dollar store. Sometimes I'll use the clear plastic plates for dessert ones, but I got my napkins. I think I got other napkins downstairs. Don't get me wrong, because you know I like to buy shit when it's on clearance. These are for dessert. It's just from the dollar store. And then I take one of these, the plastic tablecloth, and I put it on my island. So it looks really nice, and it just covers the whole thing, and if there's any imperfections or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then I line up my crock pots and my plugs and everything else and get everything ready. So they come around, eat off the island. Oh my God, I didn't do my turkey butter. Oh no, no. I gotta do that. I can do that in the morning. I got my turkey mold. Do you know what turkey butter is? Probably not. So if you go to, we have a place called Gordon Food Supply. So GFS. Where is my mold? And, oh, there it is. And they have turkey butters in the shape of turkey and bunnies. So like at Easter I would do the bunnies, at Thanksgiving I would do the turkeys. Well, sometimes they're sold out and it pisses me off, and I will go like 3 weeks before and they're sold out and they're not getting them in again, whatever. So my sister-in-law bought me a mold and I can make my own damn turkey butter. So I just kind of soften the butter. Don't melt the butter. I tried that once. Doesn't work. Soften the butter. So let it get room temperature. Spread it in a turkey mold or whatever mold you want. And then put it in the fridge. Then let it harden. And then you can pop it out and put it on a plate. And so then I put them on 2 different plates and it's just in the shape of a turkey. But it makes me happy. And believe it or not, it makes other people in my family happy too, because one year I did not have the other turkey that, this is what made us come up with just doing our own mold. But it's the little things. And sometimes you think the little things don't matter to other people, but in the long run, they do. And you just don't know it, because they mean a lot to me when I'm doing them, all just the little extra touches. To them, sometimes I think that they don't even care, that they just want to eat. You know what I mean? But that was a good example. The one year I did not have the turkey butter. It was just regular butter. And they're like, where's the turkey at? Where's the turkey butter at? And so that made me so happy, because it was that little extra touch that didn't cost much or whatever. And now, especially now, it doesn't, it's just my stick of butter and stuffing the turkey with. And the turkey mold with, and they love it. And it's just that little extra touch. So sometimes don't think that you're not appreciated when you're going through all this trouble. Just sometimes people don't always tell you at the time. But when they don't have something, then that's when you realize, right? All right, I'm done rambling. I'm just gonna do up these real quick. You don't need to watch, okay? I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna do the potatoes, get them in the crocks, and then I will bring you along for the Oreo pie. Okay. I wanted to show you the ham is all cut up. This is left over. This is the bone that's from it, and I'm going to put that in the freezer. I already put the turkey carcass in the freezer so I can make broth from the ham and the turkey later on, or I can use the ham for like some type of soup or something like that, the ham bones. So don't discard those if you truly want to make other things from them, because you can. You can make ham broth or soup with ham bone in it. So, but we got a lot of ham, and that's going to go be wrapped up, put in the fridge with the turkey, and then we'll just reheat it tomorrow with some gravy and sauce and all that good stuff. Okay, so I thought we would make a special shot together. I like my adult beverages, and you're in the midst of doing all this cooking and everything else. Have a drink, right? If you want to. So I'm going to do a Tootsie Roll shot for you. I don't know if you've ever had it. It's 2 ingredients: orange juice and Kahlua. So I'm going to use a sugar-free orange juice that's from the Dollar Tree, but in Kahlua. And I made this on our wine weekend with the girls, and it was good. And it does taste like a Tootsie Roll. Not gonna lie. So I got my shaker, my measuring cup, and if you had like one of those tall, skinny shot glasses, it'd be really cute, but I don't. So I just got this little from Potter Park Zoo Weinstein years ago. So that's what I'm going to use to pour it in. But hey, let's do a shot together. Hold on, let me get this going. So we want to do 0.75 of an ounce, so 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice in the shaker. Whoops, that's too much. Okay. And then 1 full ounce of Kahlua. In the shaker. Okay, now we're going to add some ice. So this, if you've ever been to Dollar Tree, This is $1.25 and it's 0 sugar. So it kind of tastes like Sunny D. It's good. We like it. Does the trick when we need it. Let me get some ice. Just gonna get a few pieces because, you know, it's not a very big shaker. Shake, 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 shake. It always amazes me how cold it gets. I don't know why. I don't know. Whatever. All right. I'm not going to drink this whole thing. Like, I don't do shots that way. I can't. I don't understand how people do it, but I can't. I'll sip it, but it's good. So cheers. I'm telling you, it is just like a Tootsie Roll. It is so good. I highly recommend it to all of you out there. It is. It takes a second. Like at first you might taste the orange juice, but then at the end it tastes just like a Tootsie Roll. Okay, I'm not going to guzzle this whole thing because I got this damn pie to do. All right, we're going to put that to the side. Put all this stuff away and let's do this pie. Okay, so for the Oreo cream pie, we need an Oreo crust or a knockoff Oreo crust is fine. A thing of cream cheese softened. I just did that in the microwave. Don't worry if you never get it out in time. Just put it in the microwave. Like this block in my microwave is about 40 to 45 seconds. It's fine. You need the 4 ounce of the, oh shit. It's a cook and serve. I'm not cooking anything. All right, hold on. I'll be back. So you would want the 4 ounce vanilla instant pudding. If you don't, use chocolate. And I have chocolate downstairs. So if I have to, I'm just going to use chocolate. But I'll go back downstairs to see if I didn't realize this was a cook and serve. I'm not doing the cook and serve. It's got to be instant. 3/4 cup milk. 8 ounce of your Cool Whip. Thawed, people. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so let me go down and find the other one. And if not, then I'm going to use chocolate. It's going to be chocolate on chocolate and with Cool Whip in between, and it'll be yummy. It'll be fine. But you got to break these up. So start by crushing them up in a bag or crush them up in here, whatever. I'm going to put them in a bag and crush them, but I'm not going to use them all because my husband will be so excited that I actually bought these and brought them home. So it's the holidays, and usually on Thanksgiving in the morning, we don't really make breakfast or anything. We just kind of snack. So sometimes I might make them a small batch, which I still may do, of Chex Mix and his way. He likes just the Chex. You know what I mean? Not any of the other stuff. And homemade, I'll make that for him. Or some cookie or whatever. So I do have some peanut butter cookies left over from the bake sale if you didn't watch that video. So he's been getting those every day, a few at a time. But he's happy as can be. It's the holidays, and this is what it's all about, right? So I might leave like 5 of these out. We have a little bit of milk in the fridge from doing this stuff. So we can have some Oreos tomorrow. The rest will get crushed up. So let me go find this pudding. Okay, so I put 8 in a baggie for him. Very special day. I'm ready to pound. And hey, you know, a fun little note. I did find chocolate. I did not find vanilla down there. Instant. It is what it is. It's going to be a super chocolatey Oreo thing. Yeah, so did you know that when a can of pumpkin falls down and hits your foot, it hurts? Okay, so anyway, my toes hurt now. Just a little tidbit, just in case you were wondering if you never had it happen. Okay, let's take out some aggression. This is not as fun as I thought it would be. Ow! I don't like this. This rolling pin is heavy. KitchenAid. Isn't it nice? Let's see. Good enough. All right, what are we doing with this thing? I don't know. Uh-oh. I hear noises. I think someone's coming. One of the children. All right, so we are going to beat the cream cheese and the instant pudding till mixed well, and then we're going to add some milk to it. 3/4 cup milk. Oh my God, I can't even get this open. All right, let's do that. Okay, add the cream cheese. We're going to do the chocolate pudding mix. Mix that together. And then add the milk. 3/4 cup. Hold on, I'm not that smart when it comes to measuring. I think it's here. It's 2/3. I know that. So you may have to do it on a higher speed to get it to incorporate really well together. So it was a little juicy in the beginning, and now I put it on higher, and it's doing much better now. Okay, so now we're going to take the whole thing of Cool Whip and fold it in. The whole thing, guys, the whole bowl. Remember, wash that high-end Tupperware. In case you got to give it away at Thanksgiving. Okay, so I'm going to fold the whole thing. Now this is folding. You just kind of rotate it. Make sure you get down in there though. And get some of that stuff on the bottom. It just still leaves a little air in it. So that's the whole point of folding and not whipping it in the mixer or anything. And plus it's so delicate, you don't need to. So half of this will go in. And half is going to go on top when we're done. Now you fold this in. So these are the type of pies you don't pull out until, like this one, any with the Cool Whip. You pull it out like maybe a half hour before you think people are ready to eat. You know what I mean? You get them out there. You want them to stay in the fridge. All right, here's my Oreo crust. You know, it's not like traditional. Oh my God, there's a lot here. What the hell? There's only one size Oreo crust out there in the world. It looks funny because it's not the vanilla. Well, I might leave a little for my husband to eat in, like, just as pudding, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think so, because that's a lot. And I don't understand why it's got so much, but whatevs. It is what it is. I'm going to put these in little cups for him and sprinkle some more of this on him. And then he can have it for dessert later on. Or even tomorrow before we even eat this thing. And then we sprinkle these on. So I'll leave a little for this. The little ones for him. It looks pink, doesn't it? Even though it was chocolate pudding. Oh well, that's what it is. I don't care. You know what? It's going to taste great. Everyone's going to eat it. They're going to love it. It's the season to be hungry and eat a lot. I'll keep these for this little amount here that's left. We might even have it tonight as a little dessert watching a movie. All right, that is done. Yeah, I think it's supposed to look like this. What it doesn't. I don't know. Is it? Maybe. No, that's a different one. Okay. Again, I only do like a couple spots. Because there's a lot. I overfilled. All right, that goes in the fridge. Till tomorrow. It's good. Oh, it's really good. How can you not like a Jell-O pudding pie, right? Oh, yummy. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so I'm going to peel the eggs for the deviled eggs. I really don't have a lot to do now. I have, where's my list? I don't even know what I did. Oh, sorry. So I've checked off the turkey, the ham, the potatoes, the green bean casserole, the broccoli cheddar casserole, Betty Ann potatoes, the stuffing, the cranberry sauce, the pumpkin pie, the banana cream pie, and the chocolate pie. All done. Want to have Thanksgiving right now? We can do it. So I'm just going to finish the deviled eggs and get those in the fridge with plastic wrap over them. And then kind of clean the counter and get it set up with the crock pot bases where they need to go because the crocks are in the garage. And get that set up, put the tablecloth down and have that done. And the plates out and have that ready. So when I get up in the morning, I can just take, I do need to clean this damn roaster, but that shouldn't take me very long. And, because it's my Thanksgiving too. And I'd rather spend all day today doing it at my leisure. And trust me, I've watched, have you ever watched Flowers in the Attic? Those movies? So I missed, I think, the third series or the third one. And so anyway, so I got sucked into those this morning. So like in between commercials, I come out and do stuff and tape for you guys. But anyway, so, and now I'm watching YouTube videos. So I've taken my time all day. It's 6:30. I'm okay with that. It's nice to be relaxed and do it all day than do it in 5 hours in the morning on Thanksgiving and be stressed out. So this is how I prefer to do it. You do what's best for your family. I'm going to continue to peel these eggs, and then I'll show you what I do to them to make deviled eggs, and they're a hit, and they're always gone. I probably should double them, but I never do, but whatever. They are what they are. Actually, I was going to make a couple of extra for my husband and myself for tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen now. So, let me finish these. Alright, so I got all the yolks out in here. I don't measure, I don't measure anything. Doing a little bit of mustard. Let's do this first. Garlic powder. I need salt. Onion powder. I swear, garlic and onion, right? These are your things that you need all the time. I'm not doing that yet. Mayo, I swear, I never buy these squeezy things, but someone picked it up for me and it was like what I got, so I gotta use it. I mean, I'll use it at the camper, you know what I mean, but at home when I'm trying to do cooking. Let's see what we got here. I just do it by texture. I do put bacon bits in it and cheese. So I got like finely shredded cheese here, a triple cheddar, a little bit more mayo. Just gonna be putting the cheese in. Bacon bits. Good. Cheese. Oops. I had a little too much there. Need all of that. This is good. If you ever do this and you have, like, you know how you always have leftover because you're obviously adding ingredients to the yolk. See, it's a little stiff now. It's really good on, like, for a sandwich filling because it's really pretty much like egg salad, right? If you think about it. Add a little more mustard. Put too much cheese in, I think, so. Pasted right up. But you just keep adding stuff. Yep, here you go. I'll do a little pepper. I'll just use the pepper that's here on the table. And then I'll put smoked paprika at the end. Then we're just gonna fill our little divots. Now, you can do what you want. If you want to do it in a little piping bag, you go for it. I don't do that. I feel it wastes product. And it's an extra step I don't need. Who cares? No one's ever complained, said anything. They eat them. They love them. I get them all filled, and then if there's others that I need to heap over, then I will. Yeah, so if there's extra, then I always use it like in a sandwich. Or I'll just eat it out of the bowl. I don't care. Okay, so we're going to do a little more on that one. A little more on that one. Maybe a little more on that one. The rest are pretty good. And so I got all this left over for a sandwich. All right. So I'm just going to do a little over. I don't make them perfect. Life isn't perfect. Your food doesn't need to be perfect, right? And look how pretty those are. I know. I'm so excited. Okay, I want to show you the island right now. It's kind of preset. I still have to decide. I'm talking. I still have to decide if I want to go and get my gold silverware, which kind of do because it's like the only time I get to use it, you know what I mean? It's Easter now, so I'll go downstairs and get it, and then I just put it out on the table. But I got the crock pot set up. I think I got them all, so I got my checklist. We're gonna go through it again. So hold on. So here it is. These are just the holders, so don't mind how horrible they look. But in this one will be the green bean casserole. This will be the broccoli cheddar casserole. And these three will have, this will have the potatoes and the stuffing. This one's either going to have the corn or the gravy. I have not decided yet. It'll probably be the corn. And then this will have the gravy in it. It's a little one. These little guys here is what's going to hold the turkey butter. Oh my God. Do I even show you this right now? Look at him. Zipper. Thank God the butter is not out of the out of the stick. So I make the turkeys. I put them in the freezer. I told you guys to put them in the fridge. I put them in the freezer, and then they pop out really easily onto the plate, and you just do it like 2 to 3 hours before people come over, and they hold their shape. You put the little knives with them, and you got little butter turkeys. So I have the plates out. These are the plates that I was talking about. So they're nice and generic, and they go with whether I'm doing Easter or fall, whatever, Christmas, whatever. And then the napkins are out. And then I usually do, depending, if I want to do desserts here, but now I got this TV here, so I'm not sure. Or if I want to do them over here. I usually put them over here, and I usually have a mat that goes on here, but it got ruined, so I don't know. I haven't decided yet where I'm going to put the pies go out, and then my brother-in-law's cookies. So far everything's pretty cleaned up. This crock pot I'm going to use tomorrow, so I'm leaving the pot out. I got to wash the crock part for either the ham or the turkey. I haven't decided yet. And yeah, so I'm doing good. Everything is good. Yeah. So I washed the roaster. It's got to go back downstairs. This is just mail that came today. So I think I'm pretty happy with my whole list. So the turkey's done, the ham's done, the deviled eggs are done. The deviled eggs I will stick on here. This is where I remove this and I put the deviled eggs on there. This is the plug for down there for all these. So I just have it out already. The gravy I'll do, corn and rolls are the only 3 things I have to do in the morning. The rest I just have to get out by a certain time and put them in the crock pots and get them going. And the cranberry sauce out and the pies out when that's time. And I am done, and I can enjoy myself with my little family in the morning and relax tonight and go from there. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, hit that little subscribe bell, and then you know anytime I put up a new video. Hopefully it gave you some inspiration, give you some tips. This is how I do it. I've done it for years, and every year I swear I get smarter, better, more organized at it. And now I'm down to, I just really don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you put so much into it and you think so much, and really people just want to be together, well, most people, and eat, enjoy, and they just want the good food, right? So yes, the little things do matter a lot to you more than them, but it does matter to them. But don't stress. They want you to be relaxed and enjoy their company more than anything. That's why I do this the day before, get everything ready, pre-prepped and ready. So it's easy for me on Thanksgiving. I can just get it out, get everything in their crocs. I can take my time. I can walk around in my pajamas, take my time getting ready. Knowing when they're going to be here, I can watch the parade with my husband. We can even watch a movie. We usually watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. After dinner, we always watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Damn right. And so it's like our little traditions, and we just, like, I can relax on Thanksgiving with my family and friends. Right now, this is my day. This is like this is as exciting to me as putting up the Christmas tree and Christmas decorations, which I love. So today is my day where I just take my time, get all my food ready. I talk to myself all day. I'm talking to you all day. I watch videos. I watch movies. And I do my thing. It takes me all day. And at a certain point, you know, I time it. I get it done. And then I'm done. And then tomorrow, I probably have maybe, I gotta sweep the floor. I think sweep the floor is pretty much all I have to do. And besides putting the crock pots in and everything else. So really, and just get myself ready. So like maybe an hour and a half's worth of work in the morning, I can relax. 2 o'clock, my family comes over, we're good to go. I can enjoy my time with them, and that's what matters. So, and then You know, and I will in the morning. My dishwasher's going right now. In the morning, I will empty the dishwasher, have it totally be empty, so it's ready for all those plates to go in, all the dishes to go in, so I can run it, because after they leave, they're usually gone by 5. And so then I can take the dishes, scrape them out, put them in, get it, it's like a little factory. I just get it going, it's clean, put them in the containers in the fridge, and you know, if I want to throw away the dollar tablecloth, is this so bad? No, who cares? Clean it up, get it put away. It doesn't matter. Just enjoy yourself, enjoy your time. So anyway, that being said, I'm done. I'm tired. And what time is it? 7:30? I got another, I told myself by 8 o'clock I wanted to be done because I wanted to watch the new movie that's coming out on Lifetime. So anyway, so I will see you soon. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful time. And cheers.